On today's episode of Siren Sports, Town and Rico dive into the post-fight aftermath of the Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia fight, give a breakdown and preview of the second round of the NBA playoffs, as well as touch on LeBron's legacy, give our thoughts and reactions to the NFL draft, and break down the landscape of the NFL in the aftermath of the Aaron Rodgers trade. Coming up on Siren Sports. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Siren Sports. Man, we missed y'all. We missed y'all for real. I'm your host. I go by the name of Town. Across from me, your co-host, Rico. How you living, Rico?
What can I say? In the words of Future, life is good.
Life is good. That's what I like to hear, man. That's what I like to hear. It's been a crazy week in the world of sports, man, since we last sat and talked.
Yes, sir. You love to see it, especially with the NBA playoffs. We love it.
Oh, man. We have a lot to talk about with the NBA playoffs, man. And I gotta pick. I'm gonna give you a little preview, but man, I'm gonna grill you a little bit on your championship choice, man.
Hey.
I gotta have some answers for that one.
Hey, let me just say this: Jimmy Butler in the playoffs becomes Michael Jordan. What can I say? That's
his illegitimate son, bro. Did you not see the theory?
That's him. I remember seeing that theory too. I remember seeing that.
Yeah. That's little MJ, bro. You just don't claim him.
Hey, that man's built different. What can I say? I can't even complain.
Jimmy motherfucking buckets. Jimmy fucking buckets. But our first topic of the day is going to be one that we covered last week. The event hadn't quite happened yet, so we weren't sure exactly how it was going to shake down. We gave our predictions, but it's happened. We saw what happened. What do you think of Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia?
Hey, Tank did what he had to do. What could I say? That liver shot ain't nothing to mess with. Once I saw Ryan go down, I was like, it's over. It's over there. Tank beat him in his own game, honestly. Yeah. I don't think Ryan was mentally prepared for that fight because you can see in the first couple rounds, Ryan was cool, but Tank just always had something to answer back with, especially in the second round and when he knocked him down.
Honestly, Tank outclassed him. The only time Garcia had an advantage in that fight is when he was being super aggressive.
Exactly.
There was a few punches that he hit Tank with where Tank buckled, where it looked like Tank could have went down at any second, but when he was doing that, he was being super aggressive. But when you're super aggressive against Tank, you're going to get hit. And he got dropped immediately after. And after he got dropped, there was no heart left in that man.
That's what happened in that second round. He got dropped, and he was just like, okay, well, I need to chill out. I'm being aggressive. But also, he was just trying to look to hit him with the left hook. That's all he was focused on, and it made him pay in the end.
It might be all he has. It's a hell of a punch, but if you take that away from Garcia, does he have the skill set to compete with Tank? And honestly, no. I go back to what I said. He outclassed him.
I didn't see him do anything at all. He was saying he wasn't gonna make excuses for himself. I don't blame him. He was outclassed by Tank. Tank knew what he was going in there to do and did what he had to do.
Do you think the mind games that Tank played had a lot to do with what?
Oh yeah, certainly. Like I said, he was learning from Floyd because he used to be in Floyd's promotion. So putting the mind games on him, he wasn't mentally prepared. And then, after the fight, I heard too, De La Hoya wasn't even at the media conference or anything.
Oh really?
Yeah. So
wow, that's interesting.
Very interesting.
What do you think of? I don't know if they're rumors, more or less they're confirmed now since Ryan Garcia posted on his Instagram that Tank had a mole in his camp.
The way I see that is, I feel like you just got to take your L and go with it. Yeah. I don't think you should be trying to make excuses after the fight. Like you said yourself, you wasn't going to make excuses. So to bring that up after the fight, there's not even no need for it, honestly.
He did, quote in there saying, I'm not trying to use it as an excuse, but when, someone you've been fucking with for years is a mole in your camp and working for the opposition, so apparently the rumor is he had a body injury going into the fight, and Tank knew about it. If you go back and watch the fight, he was going heavy on that body.
He was going crazy.
So he was going crazy on the body. So I think that was true. I think there was someone in there that let him know that, hey, yeah, Garcia has a body injury, and if you attack it, you can exploit it. But at the same time, from Garcia's standpoint, you're boxing, dude. There's one of two options. You're gonna get hit in the face. You're gonna get hit in the body. You got to be prepared for both of them.
Yeah, he got the body because Tank took advantage of it. So, but also at the same time, I think when they were doing the interviews and stuff, Tank predicted that he would take him out with a body shot, which is crazy.
Yeah, see, I didn't see that one. So
yeah, he predicted he was going to take him out with a body shot.
Okay,
so.
that's good to know. Fucking Tank, man. I'm telling you, mind games at its finest.
And he let him keep his bag.
Yeah, they both made some good money that night.
I believe it, and that was Tank's first main event in Vegas too, also as well. So.
Yeah, man, after that left hook from Tank, Garcia lost his will, man, and
he was like,
after that it was over. That getting knocked down for the second time in your career, and from a powerful punch too, like a punch like that it's gonna ring your bell. You're gonna fucking remember that shit. And I don't think he's ever been deflated like that before.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever been hit like that before. Even a shot to the liver is gonna hurt, and you cannot fully recover from that. So I don't blame him from staying down at all.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't put myself in that position, so I can't say. So
nope.
I mean, it is what it is. The outcome is the outcome. There's not going to be a rematch. We're just looking forward to the next big fight. So.
And here I thought they was going to have a tie. I thought there was going to be more money into it where they were like, oh, let's make them tie.
But there's going to be more money in Tank now than anything. So.
Oh, yeah. He going to the top. So.
Yeah, definitely. He's on a trajectory for sure. So, we'll go ahead and wrap up that conversation, man. It was an okay fight. I was expecting more. Just after the second round, Garcia deflated. It wasn't happening.
Was just taking too many. I don't know. He lost the majority of them rounds. So.
Rico, the motherfucking NBA playoffs. The first round is finally over, and my what a fucking round it was.
I think this was the best first round that I've seen in quite some time, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, man. The intrigue, the matchups. A lot fucking happened. You have the best team in the league getting completely just taken out in 5 games. This is a very weird playoffs. In the Western Conference, the 6 and 7 seed knocking out the 2 and 3 seed to move on to the second round, man. It's crazy. It's unpredictable.
It's super unpredictable. And it's crazy. Only one team in the whole series was swept. Mm-hmm. And it was... Yeah, we ain't even gonna talk about them. Yeah, we ain't even gonna discuss them.
Yeah,
completely unpredictable.
So the first series that we're gonna dive into for this second round, man, the Nuggets and the Suns.
Ooh, game 1 yesterday was insane. I'm gonna keep it real.
Did the Nuggets deliver a message to the rest of the league?
I think the Nuggets delivered yesterday, and Jamal Murray put a stamp on that fucking letter.
Yeah, he really did, man. Jamal Murray went crazy yesterday.
It was insane. He's letting people know he back, and I love to see it. Mm-hmm. I love to see it from him. So, because everyone just thinks, oh, it's Jokic's team, but it's as much as his team as Murray's team as well.
People have that perception because it has just been Jokic's team. They haven't seen this core together in 2 years. 2 years. They played 9 games together when they first made the Aaron Gordon trade, and then Jamal Murray goes down with an ACL and he's out for 2 years. People wanted to see this core together and to see how they could play, and this is the year that they were going to come together and it's all going to work and they're going to win the championship, and this is it. And they're delivering so far, man. And I'm as a Nuggets fan, I'm hype. I'm hype as fuck, but at the same time, the Suns scared the shit out of me.
Oh, yeah. That first game, they may have not played the way they needed to, but they're going to bounce back.
Yeah.
This won't be a 4-game sweep.
No, definitely not.
It's going to be a dogfight the whole time through.
If it is a Nuggets in 4 type of situation, we're going to invite the Suns in 4 guy on the show to come and talk with us and see how that, see the opposite side of that. Not on no hater shit, just on some real conversation shit.
He said, info.
Foe.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. My whole thing is it doesn't get easier from here for the Nuggets, so they just have to keep playing the way they've been playing, and they've been playing excellent. So
yeah, they really have, man. They're playing as a team. They're not relying on one person to get it done. They're playing as a whole team, and you love to see that from the starters to the bench, just to even the rotational players that just get a couple minutes a game. They're getting in and contributing.
And that's what's making them successful. But also, at home, you got to give credit to the fans, too. They make it loud and impossible to play in there.
I went to Game 5 against the Minnesota Timberwolves, the game where they locked up the series, and that arena was crazy.
I believe it.
Like, they were jumping. But, I mean, if I can't say, those refs fucking sucked. Y'all were assholes in that game. Like, it was like 8-on-5 with the fucking refs out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they couldn't get a call going our way. We were blowing up the Timberwolves, and then all of a sudden they're coming back and foul shot after foul shot, bullshit call after bullshit call, and it irked me. NBA refs, y'all need some fucking lessons.
They gotta make their status quo.
That's facts. Drives me crazy, man. But I still stand by what I said, during our initial prediction. Which by the way, I gotta say, I'm very proud. I went 4 for 4 in the Western Conference. I'm very proud of how that went. So
4 for 4, 100%.
Yep, 4 for 4, 100. And I'm gonna stick by what I said. Nuggets a 7.
Yeah, I see it as 6 or 7 series game. I don't see it being 4. Like I said, I've seen a lot of people on Facebook be like, "Oh, Nuggets in 4." There's no way D-Book and KD are just gonna sit down.
People need to shut the fuck up for real.
Like you gotta humble yourselves as Nugget fans and know that's not gonna happen.
Bro, I think the biggest problem is Nuggets fans have never been here before, so they don't know how to act.
Yeah, so
never in the existence of the Nuggets history have we been the favorite to win a championship. I mean, honestly, I hate even saying that because technically Phoenix is favored in the series against us.
Yeah.
But the number 1 seed in this crazy West, like we've never been here.
It's unpredictable. You can't have too much of a big head.
No, with a back-to-back MVP.
Can't do it.
Yeah,
can't do it.
I agree wholeheartedly, man. So from here, we're gonna bounce over to the East.
The motherfucking
East, where we got Boston Celtics, and the Philadelphia 76ers. This series we knew was going to happen. We called the first round on this set of series.
Celtics.
Yeah.
Celtics.
Embiid's
doubtful for tomorrow. So
Embiid's doubtful. Really, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, he's doubtful for tomorrow. So we're gonna see what happens. If he wants MVP, he gonna have to lock in. I don't know what his injury is, but they say he's doubtful for tomorrow.
Honestly, it might be an injured ego.
I don't know.
Like that might be what's happening to Giannis right now.
Honestly, his interview the other day was very interesting. Like that's probably the realest interview I've heard him say.
Okay, no, we'll get into that later because I got a lot to say about that interview. So I just go back to Boston's defense.
Boston got it.
Boston's defense, man. I think they're going to take care of business. I think they're going to shut down Embiid. I think they're going to shut down Harden. They did scare me a little bit.
They did
with Trae Young.
They did.
But it took Trae Young going absolutely ballistic and then hitting a massive buzzer beater to get them into that position to steal a game. And I think Boston is fully capable of shutting that down.
If Embiid doesn't play, Boston in 5.
Damn.
Boston in 5.
If Embiid doesn't play, I think they're getting swept.
I say Boston in 5. I think Philly might take one just because, but I say at least 5 games.
Okay, well, what if Embiid does play?
If Embiid does play, I'm still going with the Celtics. So I'm gonna say Celtics in 6.
Celtics in 6.
Celtics in 6.
I think it's going 6 too. If Embiid plays, it's going 6. But if he doesn't, they're getting swept.
Whew.
I don't think Tyrese Maxey and James Harden can carry that team in a game.
I was being thoughtful saying 5, so I'm telling you, they might just get 1, but I don't know.
It's entirely possible for them to sneak one out. You know what I'm saying? But I just don't see it happening. It's not likely.
I don't know. You can never know in the NBA.
Yeah, I mean that's the best part about it. We can sit here and bullshit all day. We don't know what's gonna happen until they play. So.
They ain't printed the script out yet.
And if y'all got the script, please let us know. Like send it to sirensportspod@gmail.com.
Yeah, so
we need that thing.
I need it too, so my predictions can start getting a little bit more right on track. Okay.
Yeah, for real. Some of them bets in that sports book get a little better.
Yeah, I've been down bad. I've been like Franklin Saint.
Yo, I hit big one time and I ain't played since, and I'm like,
I don't blame you.
I'm good.
I don't blame you. He said I'm comfortable.
I got my bag.
He said I'm out.
Yep. That's pretty much what it was. All right. Easy series. As far as I'm concerned, it's an easy series to predict.
Celtics.
Okay. Now we bounce back over to the West. We got the Los Angeles Lakers, led by LeBron James and Anthony Davis, against the Golden State Warriors and Steph Curry, who just put in a massive Game 7 performance against the Sacramento Kings. Now,
50-piece nugget.
50 nuggets, man. 50 nuggets. That shit is crazy, man. Like, it broke a playoff record for Game 7 points. And I was sitting there watching the game, and Sacramento, man, shout out to y'all for real. Y'all put up a fight. But
they held it
that championship heart that I was talking about during the predictions, that showed out.
And they got a dynasty.
They do. And a lot of people wrote this team off down 2-0. And what did I say last week? I'm not changing it. Warriors in 7. I think they get it done.
Thank you for the 7 games, by the way.
Yeah,
that was just completely entertaining. I had an amazing time watching them 7 games, but it gets better now because it's Braun versus Curry. I love to see it. Give me another 7 games.
Oh, my God. I can't picture this series not going 7.
It would be so weird because almost like both teams are rolling right now, and like the Lakers, everybody's doing what they need to do to help win, and it's amazing because that game, Memphis. I'm gonna tell you this now. You should have never came in talking all that shit. Now look at you now. Dylan Brooks was talking all that shit.
You pissed LeBron off.
You pissed LeBron off. You poked the wrong fucking bear. That's what you did. And then Ja Morant, you should never said none of that shit saying I'm fine in the West. Because LeBron was just like, oh, you must have forgot who the fuck I was. So
I said last week it was bold of him that to call LeBron old. I mean, but it takes balls.
It takes balls to call LeBron old.
But, you know, if you poke the bear, don't be surprised when he swipes your head off.
And shout out to Uncle Shay Sharp. You know, he was in attendance making his presence known. So, you know, he helped the Lakers out, too, in my opinion.
The whole situation with him and Ja Morant was hilarious.
Funny as fuck.
Oh, my God. I love it, man. Like, honestly, Ja needs to hear it. Ja needs to hear it. I wish somebody would slap the shit out of him because he needs it.
I heard they were playing whoop that trick in the locker room after the game, you know.
Ooh, damn, okay.
Hey, them series get heated.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
But we're finna get a great, even better series now. LeBron versus Curry. You never get tired of it.
No, you don't. It's crazy that we're getting this matchup in the second round of the playoffs.
Like, I know. Usually it's a finals thing.
Yeah, it's a finals thing for sure. There was the running joke, you know, back in the day that it's going to be LeBron versus Curry for the next 30 years. They're going to be walking out there with fucking wheelchairs and shit like that and walkers. Fucking.
It's been 70 years.
It's been 70 years and the finals is still the same. You got LeBron and all his sons playing against Curry.
For real. Curry and his daughters playing.
Yeah, for real. Oh, man. But speaking of LeBron, man, there's
greatness.
There's greatness. You can't bring up LeBron without the debate, man.
You can't.
What's your take on the GOAT conversation?
Look. As much as people don't want to admit it, you have to admit LeBron is the GOAT of this generation. Like, this man is first in basically every category when it comes to stats. You have to put LeBron in that conversation. Like, I get it, you want to talk about rings and whatnot, but you have to give LeBron his flowers. And there's so many people that just don't like LeBron because of the way he is. I'm just like, give that man respect. Give that man respect like you give Kobe respect. Give that man respect like you give Michael respect. Like, yeah, he has 4 rings, But appreciate greatness because it's not going to last forever. That's the way I see it.
It isn't going to last forever. You know what's not going to last forever is all the hate he gets.
Exactly.
The second he hangs him up, he's going to be right up there on the Mount Rushmore of basketball, and there's not shit that no one else can say about it.
He'll get that Kobe treatment after.
No, definitely.
A lot of people hated Kobe, and then once he was going into retirement, everyone started appreciating him more for what he did for the game.
No, for sure. Believe me, as a Nuggets fan, I hated Kobe Bryant. I couldn't stand him. You know what I'm saying? Like every opportunity to make the Nuggets look foolish, Kobe was there to do it.
Oh yeah.
And I was glad to see him go as a Nuggets fan, but I respected the greatness and I for sure gave him his salute on the way out.
Hell yeah.
And it was.
You got to give LeBron his flowers because I don't think there will ever be a player like him ever again that will be statistically where he is.
I don't know, bro. The boy's got 2 sons about to hit the league in a couple years.
Bronny's next.
Bronny and Bryce.
Then Bryce will be next after that.
From everything I'm hearing, Bryce is the one to look out for.
That's what I hear too, and that is not the first time I've heard that. I heard that Bryce is a better player than Bronny, but I want to see the 1-on-1.
Yeah. Okay.
I want to see the 1-on-1.
You throwing that out there?
Yeah, I'm throwing that out there.
Can we get a sponsorship on that one? Someone to sponsor a 1-on-1 between Bronny and Bryce?
I got to see it. The Battle of the Braun Boys.
That'd be crazy, man. So you said that LeBron is the GOAT of this generation.
He is.
And I'm gonna have to disagree with you. And my reason being is I think LeBron was the GOAT of the last generation.
So who do you think is the GOAT of this generation?
There's no doubt in my mind it's Steph Curry.
You know that I can actually agree with that. I can roll with that. I can roll with that because the way basketball has changed, especially because of Steph Curry, is insane. Mm-hmm. Because the three-point shot is being shot way more now than it was a decade ago. I'll tell you that. Like, they were shooting it, but you're looking at teams shooting it 40, 50 times a night now compared to a decade ago.
Yeah. And it spreads the floor.
It does.
Like, it creates so much more space for everybody, especially when you have someone like Stephen Curry, who's the greatest shooter maybe ever.
Greatest shooter ever.
He's in the building. He's in range to make the damn shot.
Greatest shooter ever. Like, I think it's better for basketball that there's way more floor space now because, like, when you watch old basketball and shit, that shit is just congested. Like, you see Michael Jordan getting fucking damn near triple teamed because no one was shooting threes like that.
Right.
And everything was in the paint.
Not just triple team, but elbows in the face, full on bodies.
Boys.
Like it was some crazy shit. If they could clothesline you, they would.
Yeah.
And you can't do that shit in today's NBA. Mm-hmm. So it was definitely a more physical, more violent brand of basketball, but the way it is now,
there's way more spacing.
It's way more spacing and it's way more fluid. It's way more fun to watch.
I think so too. Yeah.
Like from a just a product perspective, I feel like I get more enjoyment out of it than watching. Believe me, it's fun to watch people get beat up. But when you're watching somebody nail a 35-foot shot 3 times in a row.
But my question to you now is, when it's all said and done, when Bron, KD, Steph, when they're gone, who do you think is going to lead the next generation?
That's a good question.
I can tell you 2 people, I think.
Honestly, I could give you 3 names.
Honestly, I could give you 3 too, actually.
Give me your 3.
I'll give you Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, and, Giannis is still young too, so I'll go with Giannis.
Okay. And me, I'm going Luka Doncic.
That is a good one.
Trae Young. Nikola Jokic.
I could rock with the Jokic one. Trae Young one, I'm like,
Bruh, I'm telling you, Trae has the it factor.
He has it. I feel like he just needs to be on a different team, though.
And that's what I'm saying. If he is on a different team, or they get him with a different surrounding cast, I feel like he has the potential to take a team to the next level. Mm-hmm. The firepower that he brings is ridiculous. Like it's on par with Steph Curry.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I could definitely agree with the Luka one though. I can agree with that one.
Luka, the only drawback with Luka, from what I could tell so far, is like there's a lot of entitlement.
And your team has to play around him necessarily. He doesn't like fit with pretty much any other scheme. So,
and I say Nikola Jokic, but I have a giant concern with the Joker. Is he doesn't seem to love the sport of basketball. Like, if I'm being honest, I could see him winning a championship, saying, okay, I've done everything there is to do in basketball. I retire. And I'm going to go back to my house in Serbia, my farm in Serbia, and ride my horses.
I think he's just laid back just because he knows, like, he's passionate about basketball, but I think he cares about more of helping out his own people from home to where basketball really isn't a priority. Like, he just plays it because he enjoys the game, but he wants to take care of his people, and it's more important to him.
Oh, for sure. Well, believe me, making the money that he's making, his people are well taken care of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see that farm out in Serbia.
I know. I'm trying to see. I want to know how many horses they got.
I'm curious. Where does he keep his MVP trophies at?
That's a great question.
Are they just in the closet?
Collecting dust and shit.
Collecting dust. He'll put them out there, once in a blue moon. But no, man. Right now, his horses take precedence.
They getting fancy. They got brushes and everything. They getting well maintained.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I'll definitely go with my two with Tatum and Booker. So
and those are very good choices, man. Like the NBA has so much talent nowadays.
It's insane.
And it's so widespread. Every team has somebody that is, relatively close to a superstar.
Mm-hmm. It's usually one, or it's more than one superstar now on teams.
Yeah.
For the most part, unless you're like Detroit or somebody.
In order to make any sort of playoff run, you need at least two.
Yeah.
And that's the standard that the NBA set nowadays. It's gonna be a fun few years to see where it goes and any new talent that comes in. Again, I don't pay attention much to college players until they get to the pros. That's when they get my attention. But I'm fully prepared to embrace the change of the NBA.
LeBron's ready to pull a Ken Griffey to play with his son,
Yep.
That's crazy. You think about it, you look and see how old LeBron is. He's played with the fucking kids' parents. Like, you see the kids going in the NBA now, and they be like, oh, I used to play with my dad. And he's just like, fuck, don't make me feel so old. And I'm just like, the longevity he has is insane.
He's the Tom Brady of basketball.
Exactly.
Like, he's the anomaly, bro. Like, me and your brother were having this conversation earlier today. Like, how the fuck does he do what he does at, how old is he, like 38?
He's like 38, 39. Like, how do you do it?
And how much longer does he have at an elite level?
Exactly. Like, you don't know. It's insane. Like, you're almost 40. You're about to be in year 21 next year in the NBA. Like, how the fuck do you do it?
Bruh.
Then he takes care of himself very, very good. Very good.
He really does. And he's still explosive. He's still LeBron.
I know, because he'll swat your shit off the backboard like nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. And believe me, I've seen it too much, man. Too much.
Blocked by James.
Well, all right, man. We're going to jump back over to the final series in this second round that we're going to cover. We have New York Knicks and the Miami Heat, with Miami, who took game one. Bro, what the fuck has been up with Jimmy Buckets?
Hemi Buckets. What can I say? What can Jimmy Butler not do? This man becomes fucking prime Michael Jordan in the playoffs. Oh, I know I said they weren't going to beat the Bucks, but what in the fuck? Like, the last couple games I've been watching, actually the whole series, he has gone nuts. Like, him doing the game winner, sending the team in overtime against the Bucks in Game 5. Oh my God!
So speaking of the Bucks, Rico, that was your championship pick.
That's who I had winning it.
What happened?
Honestly, I don't know. I really don't know. I would have thought the Bucks would have I would have thought they put up a bigger fight. It honestly caught me off guard because I'm just like, this is I don't know this Bucks team. So
yeah, it's hard for me to feel like Giannis didn't quit on him, bro.
I feel like something was something was wrong. It seemed off to me.
Like, if you go back and watch, like, the end of Game 6 in, like, Game 7, Giannis didn't want the smoke, bro.
I don't know. My whole thing too is like, you had Drew Holiday guarding Jimmy Butler, and he killed him the whole fucking series. Like, why wouldn't you try to think of someone else to guard this man?
I mean, if it's not working, you got to make adjustments.
You have to make adjustments. And that's been a big problem when it comes to some of these teams in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Like, especially the Cavs. They did not make adjustments to the Knicks, and you see, they're at home now.
Yeah.
Or they might be in Cancun. You never know.
I mean, they're probably spread out everywhere, man. Probably.
But you have to make adjustments. And to see the Bucks go out like that, I don't even know who that team was. That was the best team in the league. I have no idea.
I mean, I think they clearly were proven that they weren't the best team in the league.
Oh yeah, they just sat down and just let the Heat just.
That was a regular series win. So, which brings me to Giannis's interview after the fact. What's your thoughts on what that man had to say about this season not being a failure?
I'll be honest, like, what he said in comparison to Michael Jordan, it's a fact. Like, I don't think you can call it a failure because Michael Jordan had losing seasons as well, but you just have to get back to the drawing board and figure out where to go next. Like, I could see he was very frustrated because no one wants to fucking lose, you know. As a person that plays in sports, I hate losing too, but, you know, you just have to deal with it and figure out how you're going to come back and be better.
Here's my issue with what he said. How do you not look at it as a failure? You're playing at an MVP level. You have the number 1 seed in the East, the best record in the league. You are the odds-on favorite to win the damn championship. You were there a couple years ago. You know what it tastes like. You said it back in your prediction that he's hungry for that. Where was that at?
Yeah, I really don't know what happened with that.
How then you have the audacity to sit there and say that it's not a failure? Tell that to your fan base.
My whole thing is I don't know where you go from here with that. But it's crazy though how like NBA fans and the media will be like, oh, it was okay what he says. But when it comes to like another player like Russell Westbrook, they'll be like, he didn't live up to the hype. He didn't do what he needed to help his team win and fucking shit on him. Like, I get it. Giannis is a likable person, but you have to keep the same energy when it comes to all these players then. You can't pick and choose who you like and who you want to criticize.
No, that's facts. And Rush just gets it bad just because of his persona.
Exactly.
And, like, if anyone else, like, if LeBron was to say that, people would be like, that's why you're not the GOAT. MJ, and people would just, like,
exactly.
Giannis, there's no excuse, bro. You failed your team. You let them down at the moment that they needed you the most, and that's why you lost yourself the MVP. Even, like, I know it's a regular season award, but you don't think that's going to be fresh on the voters' minds when they go to vote? That Giannis, one of the MVP finalists, failed to lift his team past the first round? I mean, not only that, but to lose in 5 with a full team?
I'm pretty sure they're going to look at Embiid the same way if he can't get the job done. I say whoever goes the farthest between him, Jokic and Embiid are winning MVP. Mm-hmm. So, depending on who goes farther, we will find out who MVP is.
Yeah, I agree. Which brings us back to the actual series we're supposed to be talking about. Miami and New York. What are your predictions here? This is the one series that we did not see happening. We had the Bucks and the Cavs moving on to this round. So this is new territory for us. What are you thinking here?
New York might not like this. I got Heat in 6. Heat in 6.
Heat in 6.
Heat in 6.
I go back to the championship heart that the Heat have. Like, I questioned you when you made the pick. Like, you don't think Miami has what it takes to stop this team?
And they proved me wrong.
And, like, you know, Miami's been to the finals and the Eastern Conference Finals in the past 2 years, so they know what it takes. Mm-hmm. And they're trying to get over that hump to win that title. And
I got Jeffrey Jordan. Jeffrey Jordan winning the series.
Yeah, I have it at 5.
I can do 5 or 6, yeah. I just don't think I think the Knicks, they'll probably take a game or two, but I just don't see them winning the series. I'm sorry, New York fans. I don't see them winning the series, but they'll put up a good fight. Jalen Brunson has been amazing this year. The whole Knicks squad in that last series came together as a team and did what they needed to do. RJ Barrett caught me off guard because he's been playing very good too, and I know a lot of people have been shitting on him lately. So,
well, if the Knicks get the pieces back that they're supposed to, they might actually put up a good little fight. They're depleted still, but I mean they're getting pieces back slowly. So
as long as Julius Randle don't sell.
Yeah, man. I mean, if Randle plays, it's a different series.
I don't know. We'll see. We gotta see because
honestly, if he
has his moments.
If he plays, I'll give the Knicks an extra game. I'll say it goes 6.
6. Heat and 6. Hemi Butler.
So our predictions for the Eastern Conference Finals have the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics.
Oh, that's gonna be so good.
That's gonna be a series. Okay. Mm-hmm. And on the Western Conference, Denver Nuggets. We didn't give a winner, did we?
Nope. That one, I don't even know if I want to choose a winner on that one.
I don't know if I want to choose a winner either.
It's going to be so good. I don't know, because whoever wins, I honestly won't be mad, because I love seeing Bron and Steph go at it.
I'll say this. I did choose the Warriors to win the championship, and I'm going to stand on that. Warriors in 7.
I'm going to go against them and say Lakers in 7. Lakers in 7. Lakers in 7.
Okay, Lakers in 7.
I think the Nuggets are gonna need regardless who the Nuggets play, it's gonna be a great test for them to see if they make it to the finals or not.
Which brings us to our matchup for the Western Conference Finals, which we have Golden State Warriors and the Denver Nuggets.
That would be an amazing
series. Again, man.
That would be an amazing series, or even if we get Phoenix versus Golden State.
No, we're not even putting that out in the air. No.
I would love to see KD get back on the Warriors.
Man, fuck KD, all right?
Hey, appreciate greatness. I know I do.
Appreciate greatness, but we're in the middle of a heated playoff series against that team. Fuck KD, all right?
Hey. We'll see where it goes from here. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, you know what? Either way, the second round is gonna be amazing, man.
Oh yeah, the NBA playoffs never disappoint.
No, they really don't. They really don't, man. I can't wait to see where it goes. Who's gonna grind it out and win that championship?
The Nuggets better do all they can. This is a healthy team. So.
Yeah, for real. All right, Rico. This past week, the NFL draft took place, man. Superstars of tomorrow enter the NFL. The excitement, man. The ratings for the draft, they outrank NBA Finals games.
Wow.
World Series games, that. Does that tell you how hyped people are about the NFL?
People are very dedicated when it comes to their NFL team. Well, I honestly think since the NFL is the number one sport in America, it actually makes... Because, people, they love to see who's going to be on their team to help them improve and get better. So
for sure.
I like it.
Then, especially when it comes to the NFL, everyone has an opinion on their team. So.
Oh, yeah. It's a debate. And then if their team sucks...
I feel you. It's rough, man. It's rough. People's feelings get hurt.
Oh, yeah. Especially if they don't got no Super Bowl rings. I'm sorry. Chargers fans, don't take it personally. Don't take it personally.
Sheesh, why you gotta do Chargers fans like that, bro?
Hey, Texans don't got a ring either.
Hey, but you know what the Texans do got? 2 of the top 3 picks of the fucking draft.
Will Anderson, C.J. Stroud, great picks. I like it.
Great picks. It shocked me. I knew Arizona was in the market of trading the 3rd pick, but for Houston to draft their quarterback of the future at 2 and then trade right back up and get number 3 to get their edge rusher, 2 of the most important positions on your football team. And you took care of them. How has that ever been done that you're aware of, where a team has 2 out of the top 3 picks of the draft?
I don't think I've ever seen that.
That's some Madden shit.
Yeah, with the trade logic off,
Oh, for real.
I don't even think it works like that in Madden, honestly, because they be cheating when it comes to trades. They don't even they be stingy on the trades, actually.
If you work it the right way.
Nah.
I'm telling
you gotta make a player like a scrub player 99 just to trade him for a good pick.
Nah, man. There was a glitch back in the day where if you traded say you traded the Chiefs 3 quarterbacks for a bullshit draft pick, they would release Patrick Mahomes because they didn't have space on their team.
What the hell?
And you can go sign Patrick Mahomes as a free agent.
This must have been when Patrick Mahomes was a rookie, because there's no way.
This was a few years back. I think this was the one that had Antonio Brown on the cover.
Oh, that was like Madden 18,
Madden 19 or some shit like that.
I don't know. One of them old Maddens.
Yeah, one of them old trash Maddens, bro.
I mean, Madden's still trash if you ask me. Hasn't been the same for a while.
Honestly, like I used to ball crazy on Madden, bro, but like I haven't really played much anymore. I've actually been playing a little bit of 2K on my free time.
Madden's got ass. So ass.
I mean, I still enjoy it when
2K is toxic, but you know, we can talk about that another time.
Yeah, that's definitely another segment for another day.
I will say that the draft was a long ass draft. Like, there were so many trades. Like, as soon as a team was getting ready to pick, they'd be like, "Oh wait, we're gonna trade it away."
There was a record number of trades in this draft. I think there was 43 trades made.
Fuck.
It was either 43 or 45. I saw the number, but it was the most trades ever in a draft.
Insane.
And like them GMs were active.
Oh yeah.
And
the fucking Eagles. Let me say this now: the Philadelphia Georgia Bulldogs over here.
Honestly, I think Jalen Carter may have been the steal of the draft, bro.
Still in the draft, but at the same time, I want to give a shout out to Philly's GM because the shit he did was insane. Like, he drafted all these Georgia players and then ended up getting DeAndre Swift right after.
Yep.
Shout out to him. Man, That man was grinding.
That man was grinding for real. You know who else was grinding and really surprised me? Was George Payton of the Denver Broncos.
That man was working.
That man was working, man. I was surprised at some of the picks that he got. You know, Mims, the wide receiver out of OU, that boy is a burner. And I'm excited to see him and like what he can do in the offense with Sean Payton and Russell Wilson, and you know, with an adult in that room now, and you know, being able to control the situation and keep some egos in check.
That's what I'm saying. I would say for us to not have a first round pick and us. We had a third. We had 2/3 actually.
Yeah, we had 2/3, but we traded up into the second.
And we traded up to the second. For us to not have a first, I think we did pretty good on drafting players.
I think we did too. They addressed a lot of positions that I felt they needed. All right, then you look at Riley Moss, the cornerback that they drafted in the 3rd round. That boy can play either safety or corner. He can ball out. They addressed linebacker in the 3rd round as well, you know, trading back up, and addressed safety, interior of the offensive line. So I feel like they did a lot with the picks that they had.
Facts. We got us a center, backup, or I don't know. We're gonna see. Him and Kush gonna go at it. Him and Cushenberry gonna go at it.
Oh yeah, if he could push Kush for the starting job, you know damn well Sean Payton's gonna be like, okay, we're gonna give it to the Rook because he outplayed you, he outclassed you, and that's what it is. That's what it's about.
We also traded for the Saints tight end, or one of their tight ends.
Yeah, and Sean Payton's real familiar with him. So
you know, I like our little partnership thing we're going on with the Saints. You know. We get some of their old players and we trade for their current players. I like the little trades going on,
definitely.
The little deal we got going on with them.
Yeah, for sure. The Saints, they still hold Sean Payton in a very high regard.
The New Orleans Broncos.
Yeah, it's the Denver Saints.
The Denver Saints.
Denver Saints. So, I mean, I kind of touched on it earlier. Who do you think was the steal of the draft? Who got so lucky that somebody fell to them? Like, are you kidding me?
I'm going to go with the Eagles. Jalen Carter falling to 9, I think is going to be a very good deal for the Eagles, especially because a lot of their players from the Super Bowl team, especially on the defensive line, are gone. So him being there now and no one picking him up before 9, I feel like they messed up on that.
He might be the, legal issues pending.
Yeah.
Might be the steal of the draft for sure. If I was to throw another name out there, it would be Christian Gonzalez.
Oh, yeah.
Like from the New England Patriots.
I wish the Broncos had a pick to take him. I've watched him all season last year at Oregon. I loved his play.
Representing Colombia.
Go Ducks.
No, man, he was a top 10 pick in a lot of drafts. So the fact that he fell to 17,
it's crazy.
And now he's going to be in a Belichick defense.
He's gonna ball out.
Yeah, he's gonna shine, bro. And that's a name to look out for.
He got that dog in him.
Yeah, he does.
He got the juice.
No, he got that duck in him.
Quack, quack.
You know what I am saying?
Do you know what I am saying?
Oh man, boy. Is there a team that you feel fucked up on the draft?
I think the Falcons going after Bijan Robinson at 8 was I think that was very surprising. I think that caught me off guard because I wasn't expecting them to get a running back, especially because of the running back room they already have.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, didn't somebody else got a running back? I don't remember what team it was.
It's on the tip of my tongue. I know who you're talking about.
Somebody got a run. I think it was Detroit too. I think
it was Detroit because then they traded Swift.
Yeah, it was Detroit. Yeah, they already had Swift, and they decided to bring in another running back. And I was like, you already have Swift, but I think they're cautious because of how he is with his injuries. Mm-hmm. So they were just like, okay, we'll give him away.
Swift is a game changer if he can stay healthy.
Yeah, he's definitely a game changer when he's healthy. So for him to get traded, that caught me off guard. But also at the same time, I can't believe this is even happening. But Stetson Bennett went into the 4th round. Mm-hmm. He's going to the Rams. Mm-hmm. I don't know about that one.
It's going to be. I mean, honestly, with Matthew Stafford's injury history, he probably gets some playing time this year.
He probably will get some playing time.
So let's see how Bennett does in the NFL. Like there's honestly the only knock on him really is his age.
Yep. And then Will Levis. 2nd round.
Yeah, I felt bad for
I felt bad
for boy. He fell hard.
The cameras were on him all night, and he ended up going 2nd round and didn't attend the next day of the draft.
I wouldn't have either. Well, he was quoted in an interview prior to saying that he's only going to go if he knows he's going to be one of the top picks. Mm-hmm. And a lot of the drafts had him going in the top 10. A lot of the mocks.
And he failed.
And he fell down to the 2nd round.
All the way to Tennessee in the 2nd round.
Tennessee did trade up to get him though, so I mean they knew his time was coming.
Yeah,
but that was a little crazy to watch him go through that.
Because I think they're ready to put Tannehill out of the door anyways. So.
Well, I mean, what the fuck do you do with Malik Willis now?
Yeah, I don't know what you do with him either. But I feel like Malik Willis just doesn't fit the Tennessee Titans.
If I can be 100% honest with you, I feel like this is ownership stepping in and saying. They want a quarterback. They want another quarterback. It blows my mind. Like, instead of doing something to help build your team, doing something to, give Tannehill weapons or give him protection or beef up your defense or do something, you're going to go draft another quarterback to throw into the mix. Let me tell you, Vrabel did not look happy about it.
Oh, yeah. I think he was pissed.
That was not his choice to go get a quarterback right there.
But I think they were very upset with the quarterback performance by both Tannehill and Malik. So
yeah. It sucks because Tannehill, we know he's capable of good things. Mm-hmm. And he just needs to stay consistent with it. And he didn't do that last year. He fell off last year.
Yeah, he had a down bad season last year.
And then Malik just wasn't running the offense. I think that's why Mike Vrabel doesn't like him. Mm-hmm. He's so off script.
Yeah, because he'll like try to run the ball and not even like want to pass it. And I don't know. Yeah, the games that I've seen him play, I don't think he played very good.
No,
but I don't think he fits their scheme anyways.
I don't think he does. Honestly, I don't think Vrabel was very happy about that pick either.
I think they just took him because he was available.
Yeah. I mean, or another owner getting involved in. As for my fuck up of the draft, I got to go back to Carolina, man.
Are you talking about Bryce Young?
I'm talking about what they gave up for Bryce Young.
Oh yeah,
I can't get over that. They gave up too much for the number 1 overall pick. Yeah. And Bryce Young may come in and be a great quarterback, but you stripped the team around him of so much just to get him.
They have some nice offensive weapons that they're starting to get. Mm-hmm. But defensively, yeah, that's where you're like...
Yeah, but I mean, I understand also it's not going to be a 1-year experience with that. Like it's gonna take some time, and hopefully they get it going.
And the NFC South is honestly up for grabs. You don't know who's gonna win it.
I think there's a competition in the NFC South to see who's gonna be the most mediocre.
Yeah, because let's see, you got Derek Carr, Baker Mayfield, Bryce Young, and I don't even know who the hell the other quarterback is.
Desmond Ridder.
Oh, yeah, Ritter. See? I forgot they let go of Mariota, see?
Yeah.
It's going to be a below average division. So
honestly, I see the Saints coming out on that.
Oh, yeah, it's probably going to look like, how the NFC East is some years where they make the playoffs but they have a shitty record. So.
Yeah, I honestly, I see the Saints coming out of that division. I think Derek Carr is underrated.
I think it's disrespected so much.
And I don't understand it. As someone who, as a Broncos fan who had to watch him play twice a year and saw the performances that he put on, Derek Carr is one hell of a quarterback, bro.
I feel like Raider fans just did not appreciate him. Like, don't get me wrong, he did have bad games, but at the same time, he helped your team out a lot. And I just feel like the Raiders didn't appreciate that, especially when they had Gruden. I don't think Gruden really liked him. I think he was just trying to get rid of him.
I don't think Gruden liked anybody.
I don't think he liked anybody either, but, maybe he'll make it work out in New Orleans. We'll have to see. But
yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, Carolina, man, gave up too much in the NFC South in a division that they had an opportunity. They still have an opportunity to go win it. So let me take a step back and kind of take my critic hat off. They have an opportunity to win it, even with Bryce Young, with a rookie quarterback. Their name is still in there. So maybe they could prove me wrong, but I feel like they gave up too much, and I feel like they did the fuck up of the draft.
They definitely gave up too much, way too much. I don't think it was worth it.
I don't think it was worth it either. But, all right, Rico. This is going to bring us to our last motherfucking topic for the day.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey, Aaron. There's that green.
Hey, Aaron.
There's that green.
Yeah, he got that green all right.
That damn Jets gang green.
Nah, he got that bag.
Oh, I know he got that fucking bag. But, I mean, Aaron Rodgers' contract was, $60 million this year anyway. Regardless, he was going to make that bag.
Money Manziel.
But, yeah, man, the Jets make the blockbuster trade for Aaron Rodgers, shake up the entire landscape of the National Football League. What are your thoughts on that?
The AFC looking like the NBA Western Conference.
You're not lying, man. In the same division as Josh Allen and the Bills.
Look, it's crazy. I think it could be very beneficial for the Jets, but Aaron Rodgers has to play his ball because I feel like when he was in Green Bay, once they started losing and they weren't being successful and getting the pieces in there, I feel like he was just being there for the bag, honestly. I feel like he was just playing to get his money. So, and all them trade rumors were starting last year too because everybody thought he was going to get traded to the Broncos or the Niners and stuff. But honestly, I think the Jets will be very beneficial for him if he goes in there with that winning aspect and want to help the Jets do better because they barely missed out on the playoffs last year.
I think you're going to get an Aaron Rodgers that has a bit of a chip on. I mean, Aaron Rodgers always has a chip on his shoulder, but he's going to have a chip on his shoulder this year. And I don't think it's for money. I don't think he's that type of guy.
I hope not.
To be honest with you, I don't think anything that man does is for money. I don't believe that. I think I think his ego is just the size of the fucking moon. That's all it is. And he has a very specific way that he operates that if other people don't meet that, then he don't really fuck with them. And honestly, I relate to that on a lot of levels. So I see where he's coming from in a lot of aspects. Like, a lot of people give him shit. Oh, you cut your family off. Like, oh, sometimes you need to.
You have to.
Like, oh, he's a prima donna. All he want, like, so maybe he is inside those rooms, seeing what's going on, and is seeing something wrong, and is voicing something, and they're looking at him with the disrespect of, you're just a player. Shut up. Like, maybe there's something that we're not seeing here.
I think him, like I said, I think him going to New York can help them out a lot. He just has to go there and do what we know he's good at doing. So And he's got a young team there also as well. He's got offensive weapons. He's got defensive weapons. You know, he got the Rookie of the Year, Sauce Gardner.
Rookie of the Year on the offensive side, Garrett Wilson, too.
Yep, Garrett Wilson. And then, I don't know. We're going to see. I think they could be a playoff team, but that's a tough division, though, too.
That's a crazy division. How do you see the Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers showdowns going?
I still think, regardless of how it goes, the Bills still going to come out in first place in that division.
Yeah, I think it's
going to be good to see, though.
I think it's a toss-up. If Aaron Rodgers comes in and plays his A game with a team that's supposedly just a quarterback away, then I think they can give Buffalo a run for their money.
They can give Buffalo a run, but also I would say, too, Buffalo has to stay healthy.
For sure. What has to happen in New York?
We live, baby.
We live. Sorry, we ran into a little technical difficulties.
I don't even remember where I left off at.
I don't remember where I left off at either. But what we gonna do is we gonna jump right back into the Aaron Rodgers discussion. What do you think the Jets would label as success out of this Aaron Rodgers trade?
I would say making the playoffs. I think as long as they get to the playoffs, I think they will be content. But, you know, at the end of the day, they want to get to the championship just like any other team does. So, I don't know, because the AFC is very hard. AFC division is very hard, so.
It is. Honestly, with a player like Aaron Rodgers, who's...
You got to shoot for a championship with him.
He's a one-year rental. You don't have him under contract past next year.
Yeah, you don't have him for too long. So
if you don't get a championship out of it, then you wasted your whole year. You wasted your draft capital. You wasted your team, and you wasted everybody's time.
It's make it or break it at this point.
It really is. I think if you don't win a championship this year with Aaron Rodgers, it was a complete failure.
Because he's on his last horse.
Yeah, he's out the door, and honestly, it's hard not to. I know I was playing devil's advocate and saying, what's really going on in Green Bay that he wanted out? But honestly, the way the man operates is a little extra. It's too extra for what needs to be done.
Yeah, so
and
it's a hit or miss opportunity.
The way he threatens retirement every other week, it feels like no, bro. No wonder the Packers didn't get the haul that they wanted for him. And the Jets had to give up. Essentially, it was, a first and a second. And then they switched first rounders. So,
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
I'll tell you who did get paid this week. Lamar motherfucking Jackson. My boy got paid this week, and I love to see it.
I always love to see somebody get paid, bro. My issue is these quarterbacks are eating up too much of the salary cap. And no one is winning a fucking Super Bowl paying their quarterback that much. I mean, okay, Patrick Mahomes, I think his new contract just kicked in, and he kind of falls into that category. But no one gave them a chance to win the Super Bowl this year.
Oh, I definitely didn't. I thought they were going to be at least third in the AFC West, but,
Well, you take no one expected them to get better offensively when you take away Tyreek Hill.
Exactly, and I just didn't think they were good defensively to be in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I didn't think so either, but their defense showed out.
Yeah, which was crazy.
Yeah, it definitely was crazy, which, we circle back to Lamar.
I would say he's gotten more help now on offense.
Yeah, for sure, especially after signing Odell Beckham.
And they drafted Zay Flowers.
Yeah, they did draft Zay Flowers, too. They got him some weapons, man, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he could do with it. He's under contract. It wasn't fully guaranteed. That's what he was pushing for. He conceded. He caved. What do you think made him budge?
You can only do so much as being your own agent, and I feel like he wanted to stay in Baltimore. He just didn't want them to lowball him because I know Baltimore isn't really the place for quarterbacks to get contract extensions. It's usually the defensive players that are the standouts in Baltimore. So I think he's just like, all right, this is what we got to do, and if it don't work out, I'll be on my way out once I have the chance to leave.
No, for sure. And honestly, there was a wrinkle effect to what they did with him with the franchise tag, and putting the non-exclusive on him. The Baltimore Ravens held every ounce of power in that situation, and Lamar was just fighting. I don't understand the decision to be your own agent. I don't. Like, at the end of the day, you took a contract that they offered you 6 months ago. And you made a big debacle out of it, and at the end of the day, you still get $180 million guaranteed.
You just gotta take your bag and run with it.
I
give it to him though. I'm happy to see another black man get paid.
Yeah, hell yeah. More power
Huge
to him.
advocate.
You need to get some black people in ownership, man.
I have been waiting for that. Mm-hmm. I was hoping when we were talking about Dan was going Dan last week. I was hoping. Well, I think Magic Johnson's supposed to be in that 76ers ownership group.
Oh, is he?
I think he's supposed to be. Yeah.
If anything, he's a minority owner.
Yeah, I think he's a minority owner because I know with the Walton family, Lewis Hamilton and Condoleezza Rice are both minority owners as well.
No, so, I'm talking a majority owner.
Give us Jay-Z. That's the only black man I can think of that got that much money.
There's a mogul out here in Denver. He was in consideration to buy the Broncos.
I do remember him too.
I don't remember his name.
I forgot what his name was too.
Yeah, but no, he was in consideration. He was putting together groups to look at it, but ended up deciding not to.
He should have did it.
That's a discussion for another day.
Exactly.
How much do you think the Aaron Rodgers trade and Lamar Jackson getting his bag impacted the NFL?
Like I said earlier, I think it just made the AFC conference way more harder than it already was. Like, there's so much competition now. I think you're going to be seeing majority of the NFL games in primetime be AFC games. Mm. So, I don't know. I'm curious to see where this is going to go. I want to see Lamar get back to the playoffs and help his team because he's got receivers now. It's not just him and Mark Andrews. Mm. So I want to see that. But I also want to see the Jets be successful, too, because I know Jets fans have been waiting a long time to have somebody be their guy. I know they're tired of Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson has been terrible for them. Awful player. I don't know what – I don't even know why they picked him in the first place. But
the hype around Zach Wilson was real coming out of the draft. I never saw it personally. Like, watching the film, I was like, I don't see why everyone hypes this guy up enough to go number 2. They were, because initially there was talks when Zach Wilson was coming out in the draft that Zach was going to be, maybe a top 15 pick. And then just out of nowhere, his name started rising in all these mock drafts, and everyone had the Jets taking him, and sure enough, they did.
I haven't seen nothing special from him.
I mean, I've seen something special, but it has nothing to do with on the field shit.
I know.
Lock up your mamas.
If you know, you know.
Lock up your mamas.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Hide your aunties.
But yeah, I don't know. We'll see where the Jets go from here. I know their fans really want them to be more successful this year, but you never know what happens in the NFL. We don't have the script, so we can't.
Again, if you got the script, please send it to us. We want to know.
I definitely want to know.
I want to know how the Broncos are going to do next year.
Because I'm going to get this out of the window now because it pissed me off the other day. CBS Sports did a quarterback ranking of each division, and fucking Jimmy Garoppolo was above Russell Wilson. I'm going to take that as disrespect. Whoever wrote that list is out of their monkey-ass mind.
I mean, based on last year's performance, I would say, yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
I mean,
he got hurt, too.
Hey,
they both were hurt.
Hey, you're talking to a realist team.
Look, you talking to me, and we know what's going to happen. We're going to get the job done this year. So I definitely said my team, I be joking around, but my team going back to the playoffs, I can't take it no more.
Bro,
it's hard for me to watch.
Is it bad that I would say I'd be happy with a winning season not making the playoffs?
I feel like that would be fine. But I want to see us in the playoffs again because I'm tired of the drought. The drought has been very hurtful. As long as I've been a Broncos fan, like, there's been good highs and lows. There's been highs and lows, but I feel like we got too much of a talented team to not be making the playoffs now.
Yeah, for sure. Especially with I think the coaching is going to make the biggest difference in the world. Nathaniel Hackett didn't have a fucking clue what he was doing. But that's
why he's a coordinator again.
But I mean, again, we go back to that situation now with Green Bay that circles back in, or with the New York Jets and Aaron Rodgers. it circles back because Nathaniel Hackett is now the offensive coordinator out in New York. So is he going to be calling the plays, or is that going to be on head coach Robert Saleh? Or because him calling plays out here in Denver was a disaster.
Terrible.
And then you go back to the success in Green Bay, it wasn't him calling the plays. That was Matt LaFleur.
Yeah, I don't know where they go from here. It's crazy because I don't think Hackett was really ready to be a head coach. And you could see it. Like, last year as a Broncos fan was so disappointing. Like, by the time we got to before even midway of the season, I was ready for him to be gone because I'm just like, if Pat Bowlen was alive still...
Oh, that man's turning in his grave, bro.
He's turning in his grave because he is not used to the Broncos playing like that.
Yeah.
He is looking for championship contenders and great coaching. And for the shit that we've had for the past couple of years, it's been unacceptable. Unacceptable.
A couple, past 7, bro. Since the Broncos won the Super Bowl, man, it's been some of the toughest years of my life as a fan.
But man. Vance Joseph is back. Which is crazy.
Bro, I can't even talk about Vance Joseph right now, bro. I fucking can't. But, all right, Rico. Siren Sports, man. We going to wrap this motherfucker up. I appreciate you coming out, Rico, man. You want to plug your social medias for the folks?
Yes, sir. You know, I said it last week. I'll say it again. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on Instagram at Father Juice. Father Juice, FATHA Juice. And as for me, I go by the name of Town. You can find me at Town5280. And on Instagram, there is a dot between the Town and the 5280. Just so y'all know, I had a couple incidents with that. So. But also, don't forget, follow us and subscribe on YouTube because this is where the video is exclusively dropping. But also, tune into Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast at. Stitcher, TuneIn. I mean, the only place I would think that we aren't yet is the moon. So yeah, don't be a lame. Come support, you know. And if your podcatcher of choice lets you rate and review, please do that because let me tell you, that helps us out so much, man. We appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts, man. Over here at Siren Sports, one last time we are out this motherfucker. I'm Town. This is Rico. Catch y'all next week. Yes, out. Sir.
Siren Sports is part of the Imprint Media Network.